What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Old Soul Tarot 33. I'm going to do a quick flip through. I just got this deck today. It's called the Witch's Wisdom Tarot. I saw it. It's by Phyllis Curott. Curott? I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And the artwork is done by Danielle Barlow. So, it's a pretty nice deck from what I can see. US dollars is $39.99. In Canada, it's $53.99. So let's go ahead and cut through this deck. See what it looks like on the inside. Put this over here for now. Alright, the Witch's Wisdom Tarot. It has a magnetic book, like the side of the book is like magnetic. It shuts the box itself. Then it opens up and it looks like this. It says Magic of Feather, Song and Air, Awaken, Inspire, and Make Aware. Magic of Claw, Hearth and Fire, Warm and Living and Inspire. Magic of Fen, Womb and Water, Love and Dreams Conjure. Magic of Fur, Seed and Earth, Embody, Nourish, and Give Birth. Magic within and around, Awaken Spirits, Answers, and Guidance Taken. So this is what the book looks like. Oh, this is nice. I like the feel of it. It's like, it's not smooth, but it kind of has this, I want to say it's like, it's a very weird texture. It's not really flat. It's like, I don't know how to put it. It's like a little bumpy, and you can feel like little lines in it. So this is what the inside looks like. Let's do a flip through. Okay, so I'm guessing they call their different suits different. Like air, it would be swords. So Ace of Air would be like the Ace of Swords, and so forth. And then they have Messenger of Air, Witch of Air, Craftsman of Air, and Goddess of Air. So I'm guessing that it would be like the goddess would be queen, craftsman would be king, witch would probably be the knight, and then messenger would probably be the page, because usually pages are messengers. Fire is the wands, and then you have water as the cups, and then earth as the pentacles. I wonder if the major arcanas in this deck is a little different. So they do have, one as being the world, two would be, is the magician, which is called the initiation here. The sun, is the high priestess, right? Isn't the sun the high priestess? No, that's the empress. Yeah, 3 is the empress in the major arcana. So 4 is the emperor, which is the moon. And then 5 is the Hierophant, that's the star. 6 is supposed to be the lovers, and that's called the maze. So this is going to be interesting. And then 7 is the ancestor, where we would think that would be like the Hierophant, I would think. But no, that's the chariot. And then healing is number 8, which would be strength, but here it's healing. And then 9 is rebirth, which is the hooded man. Not the hooded man, but the hermit. And then 10 would be is offering, but 10 is really the wheel. And then 11 is balance, which is temperance. And then 12 is the hanged man, but here's the wheel of life. And then 13 is the death card, which is called shaman here. And then 14 is temperance. That would be And here it's represented as strength card, but really is temperance and the major arcanas. And then it has journey as 15. Now that is the devil card in the major arcana. And then 17 is called the wisdom keeper here. And 17 is a star. And then 18 is the guardian, which is the moon. And then 19 is called the great mother here, which is the sun in the major arcana. Then the priestess is 20 here, where it's supposed to be judgment in the major arcana. And then 21 is council of all beings, which is the world. And then, 0 would be the fool. It's like a beginning. And that's called the beginning here. The pilgrim, I mean. So it's crazy. It's a little different. So let's see if the meanings are a little different too. Let's check that out. Let's see what their intro. You want to maybe. Okay, working with any. Let's do the intro. Working with any tarot opens a world of wonder and possibility. The Witch's Wisdom Tarot opens a world of wonder and wisdom, possibility, and magic. And you don't have to be a witch to benefit from Witch's wisdom. Witches have always seen into the heart of the sacred, into people's hearts, and into the future. As a witch, I know the power of seeing. In fact, I'm a witch because of what a witch saw in my first tarot reading 40 years ago. As a young woman living in New York City, I thought my vision of the ordinary world gave me all the insights and empowerment I needed. I was a social justice lawyer fighting organized crime and trade unions struggling to make the world a better place. But my ordinary life was starting to fill with magical occurrences for which I had no logical explanation. Dreams came true and impossible intuitions were accurate. Synchronicities, signs, and sensitivities were expanding my perception. And then one day, at the urging of a friend, I found myself in the back of a dusty, dim-lit bookstore, seated across a tiny table from a plump, dark-haired woman, busily shuffling a deck of oversized tarot cards. Strange as it was, I felt utterly calm, willing and ready. For the next hour, she told me about my life, but what impressed me the most was when she described a secret that I had shared with no one. As she gathered up the cards, she asked me the question that changed my life. I have a woman's circle that meets every week. I think you might find what you're looking for there. Why don't you come? I thanked her politely and said that I'd think about it, paid her and left. I didn't think about it after all. She was a witch. I got on my I got on with my life. Months passed, and one afternoon, a woman who had repeatedly appeared in my dreams appeared before me at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. She was larger than life and carved from marble. The plaque beside her said the Libyan Sibyl. Sibyl means witch. For the next 3.5 years, I studied with a hidden coven of witches, and my life filled with magic. Despite 500 years of defamation and prosecution, today witchcraft is the fastest growing form of spirituality in the United States and is spreading across the globe. And as the world needs it, its witches more than ever. Witches have always known how to live in a sacred way because they live in a sacred world. Witches know that spirit and earth are one. So much has been lost. We have the same techniques as the witches of old and the same great spiritual teacher, nature. We remember that witches have always known that magic happens when we open our hearts and invite spirit to flow into us and through us into the world. Spells, rituals, and practices and techniques. That how we work with that divine energy, giving it form and shape into our lives and into the world. Magic is an essential part of who we are, but sometimes we doubt ourselves. We doubt that magic is real. We doubt that the world is charged with divinity. We need a mirror to see clearly, a spell to clear the way, a guide to help us find our way. We need divination, which or not. Divination is magic in action, and one of the best divination tools is the tarot. So I'm going to stop it right there. I love that. I love that. I love that she shared something very personal about her life and her personal experience, which led her to, being intrigued and being not just fascinated, but convicted through spirit that this was, in fact, real. So let's go ahead and move on. Let's look through some more pages here and see if she's got any, maybe some images. She does have a lot of stuff here. I think she also is trying to help people meditate, maybe. Okay. And even yeah, like meditate, and also do several different spreads using different techniques. Yeah, she has like the single interpretation of the cards. And this is like a little bit like a glossy feel with the pages. It's, and look, they have, this is what drew me to this deck. This heart right here is what drew me. And when I seen that, like I seen a someone that I follow use this deck, and I was like, I love that card, and it just drew me right to the deck. It was just the Ace of Air that did it. So it's, and basically, like, for example, let's see what she declares as the Ace of Air. Okay, wisdom, air, the first vibration from which everything proceeds into manifestation. The element awakening us to the consciousness of creation to infinite connection. Between the bones of what was first created, the winds of summoning stir summoning stir the strings woven by spiders and filled with stars. A deafening noise roars through a cosmic chord of sounds piled one upon the other. Together they are almost music, the swish of a breeze and rustle of leaves, the melody of birdsong and howl of a storm, and all the sounds in between. This is the magic of the wind harp. It's love. So essence is listen, awareness, divine, love. Say what's in your heart. And I love that she interprets the Ace of Air as that way. Because that's what, kind of like, I guess communication does help open up the heart space, and sometimes, like, I would say, yeah, in pretty much every aspect, but not everybody wears their heart out like that on their sleeve. So this is the book. Let's go ahead and move on to the cards, shall we? So I'm gonna put this right here. Maybe not. But maybe I'll just set it right up there. Will you stay on the elephant? All right, let's go ahead and move on over here. Over here, we get a bag. Oh, it says underneath of there, it says, ask your questions, shuffle the cards, open the book, and take a look. Spirit hears what is in your heart and answers with love, wisdom, and art. Oh, I love how she rhymed that. That is so beautiful. I really like this person that did this deck. So you get a little baggy with it, and I love it because that's another thing that drew me to this deck is because of the size. Like, I think it's cute how big they are. So they're pretty much, they're like, I would say maybe 3.5 inches wide. I wish I had my ruler here. I don't know what I did with my ruler. But yeah, they're pretty wide. So it has a band around it. But what I really liked is that the hearts are here. And it kind of looks like a clover there, doesn't it? And then the star is behind it. And I love, like, this is kind of, to me, is like, it's kind of like in a Irishy kind of look. Almost. So let's go ahead and cut that open. Excuse me. So I was really interested when I saw this deck being used, like how good are the cards, because I'm going to tell you right now, I got the Heaven and Earth Tarot that's sitting back here, and out of all the decks that I have, I probably have like over 100 decks, that deck there, I would not recommend to anybody. I'm going to write, because what I did was do like a review as far as what I thought the deck would be like. I loved the illustration. I loved how, you know, they did the artwork in that, but the cards, the I would say the quality of the cards are poor, because the back end of those cards on the Heaven and Earth Tarot, they kept they're actually chipping in places, and I'm going to write to them and see if maybe that was just a defect. You know, is that all their decks? Da, 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 da. And I'll get back with you guys about that. But aside from that, this is the Witch's Wisdom Tarot. I haven't used these at all, so I'm not going to say that they are, because I kicked myself in the butt for that one over there. So I'm not going to say that they're perfect, but they are thicker. They feel a little bit more thicker than the Heaven and Earth Tarot cards. And those cards there, I don't even think I have them out. They're still in there. But this here is the Pilgrim. But we're going to go ahead and start from the swords. So Ace of Air is the harp. So we're going to start like that. I guess I could, like, yeah, we'll go like this. So we have the Ace of Air. Then we have the Two of Air. And mind you, if this is like, because I know that, you know, if y'all stuck through the introduction and everything, if this is too slow, you can always, you know, speed it up by hitting the three. It's like three little dots in your upper right hand screen, and it plays it fast, like fast forward. This is the Three of Air, which is the Three of Swords. Which I see this is it's almost like a storm, right? And the birds are like fleeing from the storm. Here's the Four of Air, which is the Four of Swords. And this is the Five of Air. And here is the Six of Air. I like the swans. I think swans are beautiful. Seven of Air. The Eight of Air. The Nine of Air. Stings like a bee, right? The Ten of Air. The Messenger of Air. And we acknowledge that as the Page. And the Witch of Air, I guess that would be like the Knight. The Craftsman of Air would be like the King. The Goddess of Air would be like the Queen. Yeah, I can see that with that knife there. Then we have the Fire suit, which is the Ace of Fire. And then you have the infinity symbol there. Two of Fire. I look at that like, you know, like that looks like DNA, right? Like this. Yeah, it really does. Three of Fire. The Four of Fire. The Five of Fire. There's butterflies in this one. And usually the Five of Wands is like the conflict card. So I'm really going to have to read this book, because I feel like they represent something so opposite to what traditional Rider-Waite would define them as. Six of Fire. That's the dragonflies. And they're usually aloof insects. So I'm interested to see what that means. But, you know, that's like victory. But there's a heart there, right? Victory and love, perhaps. The Seven of Fire. Look at that lion. Standing your ground. Yeah, that's a good depiction, because fire does represent, you know, Leo, Sag, and Aries. Eight of Fire. The monkeys. That's like very fast communication. You know, monkeys like to chatter all the time, right? Chatterbox. 9 of fire. Some fruit there, some ladybugs. So it's kind of like abundance and prosperity and protection I see there. And abundance. Even in the midst of going through whatever you go through. So I'm interested to see what she says that means in her book. The 10 of fire. It looks like there's somebody all the way in the back, but I think that's a bird. Yeah, it's a red cardinal. All the way in the back there, and then you see the wolves, and you can like bear like I really was focused in on that red cardinal, and then I saw the wolves, and I was like, hold up. So yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I like that. So then we have the messenger of fire, which is the page. The witch of fire would be like the knight. Craftsman of fire, the king. Goddess of fire, which is the queen. She busy stewing the pot. But you know how they say, how the queen of fire, which is the queen of wands, is always intuitive and she's into mysticism and all that stuff. Ace of water. We're in the water suit now. Look at the frog. I think that's cute. Ace of cups. The 2 of water. Oh, look at the river otters. They're cute too. The 3 of cups. It kind of looks like a weeping willow, I think. I think that's what that is. But they just kind of, I guess, I don't know. It might be a weeping willow. It might not be. Kind of looks like it to me, though. And then you got the 3 little ducks there at the bottom. Cute. The 4 of water. Whales. The 5 of water. Which is crazy because I don't know why they would put that down there. Because I have to look that up, too. The 6 of water. 6 of cups. 7 of water. The 8 of water. I like that. That's cute. Look at all the turtles. Under the moon. 9 of water. Yeah, these are pretty, like, I believe they're way thicker than that, than that other deck back there. 9 of water. We have the 10 of water. Messenger of water. Page of water. The witch of water, which is the knight, pretty much. The king of water, which is, well, craftsman of water, which is the king of cups. Got the mask on. I guess he can hide his emotions, right? Yeah. Then we have the goddess of water. Check that out. She's pregnant too. Wow. I really can't wait to read this book. Ace of earth. 2 of earth. We're in the pentacles now. 3 of earth. I like the horses. 4 of earth. This is like very naturey, like it's an earthly type deck. 5 of earth. 6 of earth. 7 of earth. 8 of earth. 9 of earth. All the moves. 10 of earth. Messenger of earth, which is like the page. Witch of earth, which is the knight. Craftsman of earth, which is the king. Look at that face in the leaves. Oh my goodness. That took some artistic abilities to do. And the teeth. Ugh. I don't like this illustration of the King of Pentacles. I really don't. It looks like a very mad king. Very pissed off energy. Goddess of Earth, which is the queen. And then we're in the major arcana. Okay, so this would be basically like, this is called the world in this deck. But that would be like, and the regular Rider-Waite, that would be like the magician. This is the initiation, which is like the high priestess. This is called the sun, which is the empress energy. This is the moon, which would be like the emperor. Look at that. Oh. Then you have the star, which is the Hierophant energy. Then you have the maze, which is the lovers. I think about back to that movie. It was a scary movie, actually, where they had the maze. It's a Stephen King movie, though. The ancestor is the chariot, number 7. Healing, number 8, is the strength card in major arcana and regular Rider-Waite. Then you have the rebirth card, which is the hermit. Then you have the offering card, which is the Wheel of Fortune in regular Rider-Waite Tarot for the major arcana, number 10. Then you have the Justice card, which is balance here, number 11. Then you have the Wheel of Life here, which is the Hanged Man, number 12. Then you have the Shaman, which is the Death card in major arcana. But here it's called the Shaman. Now, mind you, I feel like, these meanings here for this is just like totally different than any deck that I've ever actually seen. 14 is strength, which is temperance in the regular Rider-Waite. Then you have journey, number 15, which is the devil in the major arcana. Then you have love, which is number 16, which is the tower. So this is totally opposite. Like, it really is. It's crazy. Because this looks like it's more like the Lover's card than it would be the Tower, right? But in the regular Rider-Waite, it is the Tower. Number 17, Wisdom Keeper, is the star in the major arcana. But here they call it the Wisdom Keeper. So 18 is the Guardian, which is the moon. The Great Mother is number 19, which is the sun, which is supposed to be the happiest card of the deck. But this is like, it's crazy because I'm getting Empress energy here. Straight up. Then you have the Priestess, number 20, which is Judgment here in the regular Rider-Waite. You have Council of All Beings as 21, which is the world. And every 0 starts with the Fool in the major arcana. So I'm very interested to see what this artist, or this author of the book, okay, and the artist, what they deem this to be like, because this is very different than any deck I've ever seen. I've got the there's a deck called where is that deck at? It's called the Wildwood Tarot, and that's not a bad deck either. It's very earthly. just like the Mystic Shaman Oracle deck, and then you have the Animal Spirit decks, which, you know, they all mean something. But this here is like they're using what I already have based off my own knowledge of what the major arcana is. But let's just say, let's go ahead and go with, I'm going to do this just to see what they would depict as number 6 here, because I was wanting to know. Right here, the maze. We're going to use the maze just to see the difference and what they, you know, this would be the lovers, okay? We're going to do that one. In the major arcana, but here it's called the maze. So what do they mean by the maze? Let's see. Okay, on the pilgrim's back remains the pack, but it's smaller now. How far he's come by stepping off the path, he knows by getting lost and tumbling downward, confused, disoriented, and exhilarated. There have been blessings on the way, gold and silver and stars in the darkness. But twists and turns lie ahead. The great unmaking has just begun. The old ways are still to be undone. Magic waits within the maze. The pilgrim stands poised upon its edge. The moment of choosing has arrived, and it's his guide slips out of the night. Who calls from deep within? Who dwells in the center of the maze? Demon or divinity? Mentor, monster, or source of love and life? The old self or the new? A sense of panic arises. For when you don't know where you are going, which way do you go? Without bearings, you could be lost forever. A lightning bolt strikes, cleaving the darkness for a flashing instant, dangerous but revealing. The mystery has an ancient pattern. You must die to be reborn, releasing the past for the future to take form. The pilgrim enters into the maze, trusting the unknown and knowing that there is no turning outward until the self within is found. So the essence is inhibitions, disruption, uncertainty, risk taking, let go, be here now. Counsel, it says stop trying to make a plan or choose a path or do anything other than just be. Relinquish control, let go of all your careful and constructed plans, your thoughts about what comes next. Let go of the roadmap, let go of the safety of your conscious mind. The unmaking and remaking will continue to a deeper level, and you can't force or push the process. You have to let it happen. Trust that something else, something sacred will guide you where you are meant to be and who you are meant to become. Be present in the moment. That's where the magic is happening. So the magic is do the opposite of something you have carefully planned. Say no when you feel like you must say yes. Go outside when you want to stay in, especially if it's raining or snowing. Help someone you don't know. Give something away. Take in a stray. Get to know the you that's been hiding away. So that's interesting. That's very intriguing, right? So I like that. I really do. And I feel like, you know, this deck here will help us open our mind up and expand our vision when it comes to, you know, reading tarot in a different way. Like this would be like a very good deck to kind of like expand readings and to almost like another perception from a different, you know, set of eyes, and see what they have to say, and as well as, you know, go based by what our intuition is telling us and what spirit is guiding us to say. So I hope that you enjoyed this deck. If you go out and get it, I think it would be a nice deck to have as part of your collection. Let me see how it shuffles. Yeah, it's not so bad. I don't think it's so bad at all. These cards are a pretty little, you know, they're pretty, to me, they're like a little thicker, but I don't know how wide or big your hands are, whoever is reviewing this video. But if you have long fingers like I do, because I have little long fingers, they would probably be good for you. But if you have short fingers, you might find it difficult. But I've always like, I watched other readers like shuffle in different ways. Like, I don't even know how some of them do it, but they go like this, and then they go like this, and then they kind of like just let the cards fall right like that. If you have short hands, there we go. But I just, me, I like shuffling the other way, just not so much because they can get stuck, and then that would get tricky, right? But yeah, you can shuffle them however style you wish. Whatever works for you, right? Short hands, long hands, fingers, whatever. Whatever works. So, I hope I interest you into this deck. You kind of get an idea if you just seen somebody use it and you really want to know what the cards are about and, get a little insight on what the illustrator and the artist, want to say about this. I hope that you get all the information that you need, and I'll have more decks here soon that I will be posting. I'm actually waiting for this one deck, which I can't wait. It's coming next week. After it's released, it will be shipped to me. So you guys will actually get to see it first. So please stay tuned for that. So until next time, you guys, hope you like this video. If you'd like to see more videos like this, or even, check out some readings, you can always become a part of this channel. And we would love to have you over here at Old Soul Tarot 33. Until next time, much love and light goes out to all y'all. See y'all later.